Ever found yourself wondering if a younger woman's words hold a deeper meaning, especially when it comes to her attraction to older men? Today, we're diving into the exact phrases younger women use when they're sexually attracted to older men. I'll help you understand these pivotal moments in conversation, so you can detect the not-so-obvious signals that she's really into you. Before we get started, if you feel like you could use a little expert advice in your dating life, there's a link in the description or pinned comment to book a free 60-minute strategy call. Now let's dive in. 1. I love a man with experience. Let's start with a phrase that might seem like a simple compliment on the surface, but trust me, it's often loaded with far more subtext and meaning. I love a man with experience. Now, on the surface, this might just sound like a younger woman is praising your maturity or wisdom, setting you apart from the immature guys her own age. And sure, to a certain extent, that's part of what she's getting at. But here's the real kicker. When a younger woman highlights your experience, she's often subtly nodding to the very thing that makes you so appealing to her, your ability to transcend the stereotypes and preconceptions that come with youth. She's acknowledging that you possess a level of depth and life experience that goes beyond your years, and that's what has piqued her interest. Because let's be real, when a younger woman starts singling you out for your maturity, it's often code for, hey, I see something special in you that resonates with me on a deeper level. So if you find yourself on the receiving end of this phrase, don't just brush it off as an innocuous compliment. Recognize it for the subtle signal of attraction that it often is. 2. Why don't you teach me some of your tricks? Have you ever been approached by a younger woman who looks you square in the eye and says something flirtatious like, why don't you teach me some of your tricks? If so, you might be tempted to think she's simply curious about your skills or area of expertise. But let me tell you, when a woman of any age drops a line like that, she's often sending you a not-so-subtle hint that she's interested in a little one-on-one tutoring, if you catch my drift. You see, when a younger woman suggests you teach her something, she's creating an opportunity for the two of you to connect on a more intimate level. It's her way of saying, hey, I enjoy your company, and I want to find a way for us to spend some quality time together. There's an undeniable air of flirtation and intrigue when a woman asks to be your student. It's a deliciously charged situation, rife with sexual tension and the thrill of the taboo. She's inviting you to take on a dominant role, to be the knowledgeable older man imparting your wisdom. So if a younger woman starts hinting at private lessons, don't be too quick to take her at face value. She may just be looking to learn something a bit more hands-on than you realize. 3. I bet you were quite the heartbreaker back in the day. Have you ever had a cheeky younger woman look you up and down, give you a sly smile, and remark something along the lines of, I bet you were quite the heartbreaker back in the day? Now, on the surface, this might seem like a harmless bit of flirtatious teasing about your romantic history. But let me tell you, when a woman, especially a younger one, makes a comment like that, she's often doing a lot more than just playfully ribbing you. You see, by referencing your supposed heartbreaker status, she's not so subtly letting you know that she finds you incredibly attractive and desirable. It's her way of acknowledging that she can totally picture you as a suave, charming ladies' man in your prime. And let's be real, there's an undeniable thrill that comes with being seen as a seductive, irresistible force by a vibrant younger woman. It taps into those primal feelings of virility and desirability that live within every man. But she's doing more than just stroking your ego here. This flirtatious quip is also a cleverly veiled way of expressing her own attraction and interest. By jokingly alluding to your romantic prowess, she's letting you know that she finds the idea of being swooned and seduced by an older, experienced man like yourself to be incredibly enticing. So the next time a cheeky younger thing drops that heartbreaker line, don't just brush it off as harmless banter. Read between the lines and recognize it for the deliciously loaded signal of desire that it often is. 4. What's your secret for staying so young-looking? Have you ever been casually chatting with a younger woman, only for her to pause, look you up and down, and ask with a flirtatious lilt, what's your secret for staying so young-looking? Now, this could be a simple compliment about your appearance. After all, every guy likes to hear that he's aging well. But let me tell you, when a line like this comes from a younger woman, she's rarely just making friendly small talk. No, by commenting on your youthful looks and pressing you for your secrets, she's not so subtly letting you know that she finds you incredibly attractive, perhaps even more so because of the age gap between you two. You see, for a lot of younger women, there's an undeniable allure to an older man who has managed to defy expectations and retain his vigor, his vitality, his overall je ne sais quoi that makes him desirable. It taps into some deep primal part of the feminine psyche. So when a younger woman starts probing about your secrets, She's definitely intrigued and hoping to unravel the mystery behind your youthful aura, but she's also giving you a pretty clear signal that she finds that whole distinguished older gent vibe to be incredibly sexy. In other words, she wants your secrets all right, but they might not be the kind you're expecting to share. Hope you're enjoying today's video. If you're ready to take action and transform your dating life, why not book a free strategy call with one of our experts? It's a great opportunity to learn how to meet more women and date with confidence. Find the link in the pinned comment. 5. I've always had a thing for older guys. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room with this one. When a younger woman looks you dead in the eye and baldly states, "I've always had a thing for older guys," she's about as far from subtle as it gets. This frank admission leaves very little to the imagination. By being so direct in expressing her attraction to older men, she's essentially broadcasting her interest in you as well. After all, if she's going out of her way to openly declare this preference, you can be pretty darn sure she's hoping to catch your interest in return. There's a boldness and confidence that comes with a statement like this, the kind of brazen flirtation that very few younger women would engage in, unless they were truly feeling some serious sparks of desire. She's putting it all out there, leaving you with zero ambiguity about her motives. The only question is, how will you respond? Will you play it cool and leave her wondering? Or will you match her boldness and let her know her feelings might just be reciprocated? One thing's for sure, with such an overt declaration of her age-defying tastes, this younger woman has officially shattered the shroud of subtlety. The ball is in your court now, my friend. 6. Do you find younger women attractive? And now for perhaps the most direct, unambiguous line a younger woman can possibly deploy. Do you find younger women attractive? Talk about cutting right to the chase. With a question like this, all pretense and pretext are out the window. She's putting her cards on the table and leaving you with zero doubt about her motivations and interests. When a woman, especially a younger one, has the courage and confidence to be so forward in inquiring about your tastes, she's definitely trying to signal something. Maybe she's hoping to gauge your receptiveness to the dynamic between you two. Or perhaps she just wants to hear you admit that you do, in fact, find her youthful looks and energy to be a turn-on. Either way, this loaded question is a clear indication that there are some serious sparks of attraction smoldering away on her end. She's taking a risk by being so brazen and direct, and that requires a certain degree of desire and infatuation. The only question now is how you'll choose to respond. Will you match her boldness and fan those flirtatious flames? Or will you play it cool, leaving her to wonder if her age-defying charms worked their magic? One thing's for certain. With a line like this, the stakes of the seduction game have just been raised. Your move, Casanova. Now that you know how to tell if she's interested, what's next for you? Discover how to read her body language, or learn how to tell if she hasn't had sex for a long time. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.